What is lucid dreaming and astral projection? And is it wise to explore? And is it necessary on the spiritual journey? Today I'm going to share some of my perspectives when it comes to practicing lucid dreaming and why I'm not doing it anymore and why I think it's important to be careful with it. Hello everybody, my name is Janneke Eines and I'm the founder of Wisdom from North, the Nordic platform for accelerated inner growth and empowerment. And if you're new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe so you get new notifications of my video blogs and interviews with amazing spiritual teachers. Now let's dive into this topic. So I've received a couple of mails from some of my subscribers asking me to talk more about lucid dreaming, and I've been actually hesitant to do so. I think 5 or 6 years ago I made a series on how to lucid dream and how to have an astral projection, but I actually have stopped myself lucid dreaming, and I'm going to explain why. And I'm not here to say that it's bad to do it, that you shouldn't do it. I just think it's important to have some precautions around it and ask yourself why you want to do it, and also to seek some advice and some guidance and support, because doing it just by yourself might actually be not unsafe, but I think you can get a lot of questions that you're not necessarily are getting the answers to, because having someone who has done lucid dreaming before and knows a lot about it is really, really helpful, because they can explain to you a lot of why things are happening and the symbolic meaning of something that might happen, and also make you feel more safe and also help you a little bit when it comes to protecting yourself in the astral world. Because let's face it, when we are in the astral world, we are actually in another dimension. Now, there are many perspectives to this, like some saying that it's just a big mind that we're all part of. I look at it as a different dimension. And actually, we are very familiar with it because we go there every time we dream. We do. We go to the astral realm. But the astral realm is really a huge place. It's both a replica of what's here. This is a vast topic. So everything that you see in this world, on this planet, in this physical reality, that same things, all the objects, everything, the whole planet exists in the astral world. But the difference is that there's so much more than what exists in this world. There's so much in addition, and also there are different layers and levels in the astral realm. Some levels are more dark and denser in vibration, and others are lighter in vibration. And that's why sometimes when we sleep, we can meet these darker beings, these negative beings, because they also reside there. And we can also meet beautiful spiritual beings and masters, because they can then descend in a way from the levels they're at and meet us at the level we're at. And it's much more complex than this, and obviously we don't know too much about this. And even though I've been to these realms consciously, I couldn't even start to explain how it really works, because it's not a world I'm used to at all, or at least I don't remember it. But I can say that I've been consciously in the astral world, in a higher level of the astral world and in a lower level of the astral world. And making it into the astral world, like I said, is not difficult, because we go there every night. But the thing is that we are unconsciously going into the astral, because when we fall asleep, our bodies fall asleep, but also we go into this sleep mode in our consciousness. So we start to dream, right? We all know about dreaming. And when we're dreaming, we're actually not aware that we're dreaming. It's like we're in hypnosis, that we totally believe that when a red elephant is flying through the wall, that's totally natural. We don't ask any questions to it. It's just we don't know we're dreaming. but we're just accepting everything that's happening in the dream until we wake up from that dream, which then is a lucid dream. So a lucid dream is when you wake up from a dream. I don't mean wake up to the 3D reality. I mean wake up within the dream. So let's say we're in a dream right now, and all of a sudden we wake up. We realize, wow, we are dreaming right now. This elephant that is flying through the wall is in my dream right now. And I'm dreaming. And I'm realizing that because it's not normal that an elephant flies through the wall. And from that state of consciousness, when you are awake and aware that you're dreaming, you can start to control your dream. You can start to navigate around in this astral world. You can do anything. It's really amazing because you can really do, I think, almost anything. You can fly to the moon. You can fly to the pyramids. You can fly up to different galaxies. Like anything is really possible. However, staying lucid, staying aware, it's difficult. It's not so difficult to become lucid, but staying in that clear state of mind, like navigating your dream world and being there for a long time, that's difficult because it's so easy to go back to sleep again, to start dreaming again and become sort of unconscious again, or to wake up. It's very easy to actually wake up to the 3D world, like, whoa, I woke up. And wow, I just had a lucid dream. Because often if we get frightened in the astral world or we get very excited, like just having a big emotion going on, then it's very easy to wake up. Now, there are several techniques you can use in order to get lucid, and there are tons of techniques you can look up online, and I'm not going to share that because that's not my purpose of this video. But if you're very eager to do this, I have this series that I made several years ago. But in this video, I mostly want to speak about how I think we should be a bit aware of lucid dreaming and also astral projection. So let's talk about astral projection. Astral projection is kind of similar, but the difference with it is that you're actually going consciously out of your body. So here you're not just waking up within a dream, like you're sleeping at night and all of a sudden you wake up. But here you are perhaps lying on your bed and all of a sudden you split. Like your body splits with your astral body, because you're actually moving into another body when you sleep. You move into the astral body. And you're conscious when that happens. So when we sleep, we're not conscious that we're actually splitting. But when you're astral projecting, you're conscious that that process is happening. And that is a very special experience as well. For me, it was a bit frightening. I remember I heard really bad noises. It was like I was going through a tunnel when it happens. Not only did my whole body shiver amazingly, so much, it was really drastic. I also just heard the worst screams that I've ever heard in my life. And the reason why I'm sharing this is part of why I'm making this video, because you do get access to darkness as well. And if you're not ready for that, that's when it can frighten you. And fortunately, I was doing this because I was part of a course called Astral Travel and Dream course. So I was being supported and I was being guided, and we had a forum we could share with each other. And this was like 15 years ago? 13 years ago. So there wasn't much online on YouTube, but we had this course, so I was really supported. So I could get an answer to what this was. But at that time, I wasn't that aware I hadn't expanded my consciousness so much. I didn't know all the things I know now. I had a more limited mindset and frequency. I was a lower, I felt I had a lower vibration as well. I was struggling much more with my old traumas. And then you are kind of a target in the astral world for these negative beings, because the negative beings don't want you to enlighten the world and be a super light in this world. They want to try to distract you from becoming more of who you are and discovering more of this universe. So whenever I would go into the astral world, I had a lot of issues with negative beings coming and destroying my experiences and giving me frightful experiences. And sometimes I was lucky and fortunate to have some amazing spiritual experiences where I got some answers to my questions and flew over these amazingly beautiful places. But I remember I asked to meet ascended masters and I met the opposite, like I met really negative beings. And I kind of got very tired of it because I felt so much resistance. And I understood and came to that, okay, you know, maybe I'm not ready for this. This is not doing me any good right now. In the beginning, it was amazing. And the intention for me to start doing this was that I needed proof that I existed outside my body. Like, that was a huge thing for me. Like 15 years ago, I just had to know that I existed outside my body, because I was coming out then from a big depression, and it was vital for me to know that I was more than this body. So that gave me an immense amount of happiness, just understanding that I am a spiritual being. However, when I continued with this, I kind of felt that, okay, now I have the proof that I needed. I have like the validation or verification. But where am I going with this? Is this really helping me in my physical life? And here comes my point. If you haven't matured enough and expanded your awareness enough and dealt with your baggage and your traumas and your blockages, then you can actually experience some negative things when doing lucid dreaming, and you can kind of become a target. And maybe it's not good for you to go there. And why do you want to go there anyway? Maybe like me, you want, to explore, and that's all good. Just be aware that the level of consciousness you have here in this reality is what is being reflected in that reality. So if there's a lot of things in the shadow, that will come and meet you in your lucid dream. That's where the precautions come in. So if you feel that you're not quite, in harmony with yourself, quite balanced, I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't go there. And if you want to go there, I would have support. I would have teachers that could guide you online or physically, really have that support around you so you have a place to ask questions. And the last reason why I say be careful with lucid dreaming and astral traveling is because what is the point? Like, why do we want to travel away from our bodies? It's kind of an escape, isn't it? That's at least what I felt, that yes, I needed proof, but it was also an escape from this reality. And when I found my purpose, when I started expanding my consciousness and started letting go of all my limited beliefs about myself, I started to want to be here. So in many ways, it was a spiritual bypass. I just wanted to go into the spiritual realms. I didn't want to be here. But our learning is mostly here. Like, we are physical for a reason. Like I talked about in my other video, we have this beautiful divine temple and this beautiful technology. I mean, our bodies are awesome, right? In order to navigate around this three-dimensional world. And yes, we're waking up to more of who we are, and we're spiritual beings. And yes, we're giving more room to our soul, but it's not for us to escape from this experience. It's actually to make the most of this experience. Bring divine intelligence into this physical reality. That's what I do believe the spiritual work is really about, because that's what's most challenging also, right? It's not to soar out there. It's to be grounded. It's to be present. It's to see ourselves as really gods here and now with really superpowers. Like, we have superpowers. And learn how to use those superpowers. Understand how we are creators. We create our own reality by being present in the present moment, here and now. And just the third reason why I say be careful is that you lose a lot of sleep. And this is a very practical thing, but you do lose a lot of sleep. And I ended up not being able to sleep because I was trying to astral project all the time. I'm trying to be lucid dreaming, and that also took away time from my day in my daily life. I was exhausted. So taking care of your body, giving your body enough sleep is super, super important. So just to sum up my precautions. So why should you lucid dream? Well, that's totally up to you, but have an intention. If you want to lucid dream, have a real reason why you want to do it, and be aware of that intention so you have clarity, so you're not moving into that dimension not really knowing why you're doing this, because the beings around you will sense that. So be strong in your intention, know why you're doing it. Have a support system around you, either a friend or teachers or a course or whatever it is, a book, preferably somebody you can ask. Somebody you can ask, this happened, what can I do with that? I didn't understand this, how can I protect myself, etc. So have a support system around you for it. And then just make sure that you don't obsess with doing it, so you don't get enough sleep for your physical body and your mental brain and our mental health, which is really important too. We need our sleep. And also, if you feel you're not ready for it, if you feel you're not balanced and feel whole and have worked with your traumas and your past and your blockages, I would wait a bit with trying these things before you venture into the conscious astral experiences. All right, that was all I wanted to share with you today, and I see that was 16 minutes already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will leave the link to my previous astral travel and lucid dreams videos because I do explain a lot how this reality works in much more detail. But now you know my precautions, and then it's your responsibility. Thank you so much for watching, and much light from here. Bye.